very much. We appreciate it. Thanks, Ritz. Now, ladies and gentlemen, take a look. One of 9,800 B-25 Mitchell bombers produced during World War II by North Americans. Their first multi-engined airplane. That's the B-25 Panchito. Owned and operated by Larry Kelly of Mardella Springs, Maryland. The original Panchito, named after the feisty rooster from Disney's animated musical The Three Caballeros, was a bomber with the 396th Bomb Squadron, 41st Bomb Group, 7th Air Force, stationed on Okinawa. Two Wright Cyclone 14-cylinder air-cooled radial engines, rated at 1,700 horsepower each, at 2,600 RPM. Weighing in at about 10 tons. When empty, it was manned in World War II by 6 men, and you can see the bomb bay doors open right now. It can carry up to 3,000 pounds in bombs and explosives. The B-25 achieved worldwide fame on April 18, 1942, just about 4 months after that horrible attack on Pearl Harbor by the Japanese Naval Air Forces. Under the command of Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle, 16 B-25s were launched from the aircraft carrier Hornet and attacked Tokyo in a daring raid. The B-25s successfully bombed targets in Kobe, Yokohama, and Nagoya, as well as Tokyo, from an altitude of just 1,500 feet above the surface. No aircraft were lost over the target. However, bad weather and very, very difficult fuel situations prevented the flyers from finding their prearranged landing fields in China. 11 of the air crew, 5 members aboard each aircraft, had to bail out while 4 others crash landed. Because the damage from the bombing was minimal and all the aircraft were lost, Lieutenant Colonel Doolittle expected a court-martial of the end for the Japanese war effort in the Pacific. From the left, here comes the B-25 once again. It was among the most famous twin-engine medium bombers used during World War II and was the most widely produced American twin-engine combat aircraft. It was originally designed for level bombing from medium altitudes, but it was used extensively in the Pacific area for bombing Japanese airfields from treetop level and for strafing and skip bombing enemy ship times of war. From all the disabled veterans of all wars, we thank you for joining with me and all of us today to enjoy Panchito, the beautiful B-25 bomber from World War II. The DAV is a proud supporter of Panchito and proud to support all disabled veterans.
Lost its legs in Vietnam. The freedoms we enjoy today are only possible because of the sacrifices that hundreds of thousands of disabled American veterans have made for all of us. The disabled American veterans and the B-25 of today's air show remind all of us of the heroes who bravely risked life and limb to preserve our national identity. I invite you to stop by the DAV B-25 here today. See a living piece of history, and while you're there, pick up your own collectible pin honoring the B-25.
Now, it's a pretty noisy airplane, and one of the reasons it's noisy is because the exhaust stacks are so short. We don't want to do the mission, but to a man, General Doolittle and the 79 other pilots and crew members of those 16 B-25 Mitchell bombers said, we want to complete the mission. So they took off all 16 aircraft successfully, some from as few as with as little as 400 feet of runway as the aircraft carrier Hornet steamed at full speed into the wind to give them enough lift and speed with airspeed to get off the deck and fly into the air. They were able to do it. Cooling material that I've had now for 3 years. The Director of Selective Service for the United States of America, Bill Chatfield, is here. Hello, Bill. Thank you for my frog talk. Says register. I got water right here. I'm in good shape. Thanks, Bill, very, very much. I've never gone to a show without it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's just about time to continue our show as we bring in our next performer. His name is Matt Chapman, and he is brought to you today by Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. And as he's on his way in, how about one more nice round of applause for Kyle Franklin. His wife Amanda is there, and the mystery ship right there in front of us.